Can a match made in heaven help to supersize your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and I've got Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore here to illustrate this concept. A lot of times when we think of the idiom or the expression, a match made in heaven, or to get on like a house on fire, things like that, we think of couples that are destined to be together because they are, when they first get together, they seem like they're so compatible. And we can think of dozens and dozens of examples of people that have had terrific relationships, both personal, one-on-one, significant other relationships, as well as friendships. And the reasons friendships work, just like the reason relationships work, some are known, but some are varied and unknowable, right? So this idiom, although the origin of it is unknown, I couldn't find anything about it that was solid. It basically says when a relationship is destined to work out, the belief that there's a supernatural hand or force at work that causes some relations to work and some relations to be a match made in hell, which is the opposite of a match made in heaven. And I think most of us go into relationships, both business and personal, believing that it's going to work out, right? We wouldn't get involved in the relationship if we didn't think it was going to work out, unless we were desperate or something. So I know when I got married, I didn't think it was a match made in heaven, but I never planned on getting divorced. Turned out to be a little bit of a match made in hell because we weren't compatible in ways that were critically important when it comes to beliefs and things. So, well, what does this have to do with building and growing and supersizing our business? And I was just working with a client who is out of now a business partnership and a relationship that went really, really bad. And I've been there, done that. It's miserable, it's terrible, but we always work our way through it. And we don't work our way through it until we're willing to emotionally and physically and mentally let go of that relationship and mostly quit beating ourselves up for thinking that we should have known better, we should have done something differently, etc. Because sometimes we just need to have an experience ourselves before we actually learn it. But we won't move on from that until we let go of all the baggage that's associated with this. I was really, really proud of this person a couple of days ago because they let me know that they had zeroed out the invoices and were just going to move on with their life because they knew, and we've been talking about, they were stuck in a bad spot where they were just stuck, rolling in circles because they wouldn't let go of this past. And do any of us have the ability to control anything that happened in the past? No. All we can do is learn from it. So if you've had an experience with a bad business partner or a bad personal partner, you know exactly what I'm talking about and how that feels. And the best thing we can do is learn the lessons that we learned in that relationship so that we aren't destined to repeat them. Now, I did look up some interesting things about how do you make sure that you pick the right business partners or get involved. And this doesn't just mean literally business partners or people that you are doing joint ventures and things with. It means people that you associate yourself with, your vendors, your suppliers, your customers. Guess what? We get to pick and choose the people that we're going to serve, the people that are going to be our customers. And we want to make sure that we do that and that we, to me, the most important thing is that we have a values and an ethics and a morals match. If that matches, we're much more likely to have a successful partnership than if it doesn't. There is something totally in my eye, which I already can't see. So what are 4 tips? I'm just going to share 4 quick tips based on my experience of not being able to see anything that will help us have a higher probability of having a good relationship, a good partnership. Our idiom, or not our idiom, our paradox for, our paradox for the annual challenge today is about looking for someone else, and the best time to find someone else is when you don't need to have or find someone else, right? So when you're not in a relationship and you're not desperately looking for a relationship, that's when the exact right person shows up for you, personally and professionally. When the student is ready, the teacher will reappear, or the teacher will reappear, like they disappeared. When you're ready, you will see the exact next person or thing that needs to be a part of your life. But values and ethics and morals, if you don't share those in common, the relationship is probably at some point doomed to dissolve or fail. Number one, and again, this is perfect timing because it's things that I've been working with consulting clients. Number one, set expectations. Have clear expectations set up front. If you're clear with what you expect of the relationship and they're clear with you in terms of what they expect, and then of the relationship, you're much more likely to succeed. Number two, consider this partner or this person, whoever they are, whether it's your significant other or a new vendor, consider them part of your team for whatever you're bringing them into and for. And when we hire out or outsource something or delegate something to one of the people that are already part of our team, we need to make sure that we're giving them clear expectations, responsibility, and authority to do the things that we need them to do. And that includes, it's okay to make mistakes as long as you're moving in the right direction, right? Because who among us has not made mistakes? Number three, give the relationship room to grow and expand, and that involves making mistakes and learning and growing. And then four, make honesty and transparency the absolute watchwords and cornerstone of any relationship, right? Any relationship that isn't based on honesty, trustworthiness, and transparency, in my opinion, is doomed to fail. So those are just some tips based on my many years of experience, both good and bad, in different relationships and in different areas and aspects of my life. Love to know your experience with this particular idiom. Have you used a match made in heaven to describe a relationship? Maybe you've used it to describe your significant other relationship. My parents had a match made in heaven marriage until my dad passed away. And, you know, my mom still adores and loves my dad because they were each other's people, each other's person. Bless everybody that's able to find that, especially find it the first time. All right. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow for an idiom related to the annual challenges paradox. And tomorrow it's the perfect paradox. So I need to find the perfect idiom. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.